What's up, guys? It's Jeff from Federal Bulldog Kennels, and today me and my wife are gonna do something different. We're gonna do a Q and A couple of questions that people been getting lately, and we wrote them down, and we're just gonna, go through those over there. So,
Okay. Hi. So the first question that you have is, how long have you been in the dog game?
I've been breeding for about 4 years, and we have 10 successful stud-ins. We have
Can you elaborate what a studding is for people who may not know?
Okay, like when we ship out semen to individual families and people that's also breeding.
And what cities or states have you shipped to, or do you just stay local?
I like to stay local, but we just shipped to Missouri, Michigan. We even had one person in Canada and St. Louis, Washington D.C. Like we done had a couple of people. Like it's been pretty wild. It's been pretty fun. You talk to different people, meet different people too. So it's pretty cool.
Do you still stay in contact with the people after you shipped out the semen? Like, do you get to see what your studs puppies look like after everything has been done? Just curious.
Some people, I say no for the studying, but people that purchase puppies from us, we stay in contact. But studs, normally they just want the stud juice and they kind of don't want basically nothing else to do with you after that, basically. There's some people, because I do talk to about, out of 10, I say I talk to probably like 2 or 3 or something like that.
So for people to get the semen from your stud, do they have to go to a certain website, or like how do they contact you about this? Is this on your website?
Mostly people go through Facebook, Instagram, but I done got most of them off of my registry page where we got a sleeping mom right beside her, so she don't be snoring. But we mostly go through, the registry pages.
Okay.
And this normally where we get most of our most of the clients that come to us. But we walk around, we walk our dogs, we take them, basically take them everywhere with us. So people always ask questions and want to see pictures of puppies and want to see, everything about everything. So it's easy for us to, get around with our dogs. So
yes. And to get back on track, the question was, how long have you been in the dog game? And we've already talked about studying. So what else?
We have 5 successful litters, and when I say successful, I don't mean as it was just perfect. Little problems is possible, So I feel like we did pretty good with about 5 of our litters, and we just only had 5, so I feel like that was a success. I guess so.
What does a successful litter look like to you? Because I know success could be different from everyone. So
mainly just get them in good homes, but I start from the beginning. So a successful litter to me is the mom going through a good pregnancy with no complications, but as I say, with little problems as possible. And the puppies are born with little problems as possible. You don't have to go through, no major, no fading puppy syndrome, nothing that can, damage the whole litter, no sicknesses, and as they are growing, they eating well, they're gaining weight well. We take them to vets, they're getting their shots, that the mom is teaching them how not to, be so aggressive, as it go and go and go. And now as until they're finally in the stages of getting picked when people can start, want to pick puppies. All of them get picked before 8 or 10 weeks, and they go home at the particular date they'll be going home. And I feel like that's a successful litter.
okay. how do you get a pregnant mom ready? Like, um, when do you start the process of getting her ready? Do you start it before she becomes a mom, or how do you go about this? Like, what are the steps that you take to make sure that she will have a successful pregnancy or a pregnancy with no complications? Like, how do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's kind of how they worded the question. So, like, how do you go about the mom having a successful litter? Like, what's the extra steps that you take for her?
So, like I try to tell a lot of my people that's trying to breed or whatever. Once you don't breed, I mean, you don't start your breeding program once your female is in heat. It starts way before that. Like it's a lot of groundwork you got to do. Like I said, we walk our dogs. We let a lot like kids come in and play with our puppies. You know, like we do a lot of stuff in the dog community. So our dogs get out to be known, and they see the dogs and they see the temperament and they play with the puppies or whatever. And like I tell people, you have to do the groundwork. Like you can't just wait as soon as that female come in heat and then feel like, okay, sell puppies, puppy. No, you gotta get out there. So what's the question again?
No, that's fine, my bad. What are the steps that you take when a mom is pregnant before she becomes pregnant, like to ensure that she has a healthy pregnancy, little
yeah. So like I was saying before, you do all that, and then okay, now she's in heat. You seeing that she's in heat. So now, but even before then, you gotta have money and you gotta have the things that you need to even think about breeding. So before okay, now she's in heat. Now you already have your vitamins. You already have like your vet checkups, the vet telling you it's good, it's a go. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all this stuff before you even, want to have the litter with the puppy. So now since she's, able, just start getting her weight right. You feeding her correctly. You still exercising her, and you still letting her, be a dog. I mean, just don't stop her from, whatever, like everything. As soon as you feel like she's in heat, now lock in a cage and don't let her move. No, you continue to let her be a dog, continue to let her be around the males and stuff like that until, a couple months in, she get to be kind of nippy. And then that's when you kind of pull them apart. You separate
them. Okay, so you said while she's in heat, but and then you said a few months, then she gets to become nippy. So I'm guessing you're meaning like while she's pregnant at that time. Like
yes.
She has gotten pregnant at this time.
Yeah.
And you said feeding her right and vitamins, exercising her, Yeah. That's really good stuff. Okay, someone talked about you becoming a mentor, or have you had mentors when starting the breeding, or I mean not the breeding, but starting your dog business, basically.
Yeah, I mean I can say I have mentors, but they're just basically my family and like a long line of dog men, like all of basically my uncles, my cousins. Everybody had a particular breed, and I got people that I can call and ask questions. Even now, I have a few breeder friends that I can even when I'm having a trouble or issue that I'm not too sure about. Because, like I said, I've been in the game about for some years, but I still, may have questions that may have some type of concern. So I like to, check up on little stuff. And most important thing that I also use is YouTube University. I mean University. So I always try to, if I don't know something, I try to study on it and try to find out the information. But it's important to have mentors.
YouTube University is always good.
Yeah, for sure.
But they also asked, are you willing to be a mentor? Like,
to be honest, I don't feel like I have hit that mark of how long I feel like mentors need to be, before they, can, just help everybody, I guess, or whatever. But I answer questions. Like I said, I have a few clients that always come back to me and want to know different things about the puppies, their breeding programs, and stuff like that. So I do help when I can.
Okay. And going back to successful litters, someone wants to know, have you ever had any problems in your litter? And if so, how'd you go about it? Or, what are some things that people should look out for when starting to breed or even think about purchasing a dog? Because a lot goes into it. Like you touched on, you have to have money. Most people think that, they're just going to get a dog, breed, and then they're going to get so much money.
Yeah,
but,
like that at all.
Like you said, a lot of money goes into these dogs.
Yeah,
so.
They do. So, yeah, we done had some tough times. We done had a situation with our Merle dog, and it was pretty rough. And it was our first C-section, and one of the puppies had came out sideways. The head had came out sideways or something like that, and he had got stuck in a birth canal. And we was whelping, normally like we do. She pushed out with 2 puppies. She pushed out 2, and the third one got stuck in the canal, and there was another one trying to come out right behind it, and it was so bad. And like we was even, trying to help her like get the pup out. That was horrible. And the worst feeling ever is that feeling of not knowing what to do next in that situation like that. Like when it was going on, we didn't have a vet on standby per se. We talked to a lot of people and a lot of vets, local vets, and we in a new area, so we talked to a lot of local vets, and
And just to clarify, this happened at like 3 a.m. for all the people that are going to be like, why didn't you get it to her vet ASAP? She literally gave birth 2 days early. We had a C-section scheduled just in case things were to go wrong. And it just was a tough time for us.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, but it's experience, and we came a long way from that because that was crazy because it happened 3 a.m. We had a vet on standby. Like I said, we already knew she was pregnant. Like we did all the right stuff until the C-section because we didn't plan on. We had a plan B, but we were just hoping plan A worked. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So.
All of our dogs give birth naturally. So we thought that she would be able to also.
Yep.
But the vet told us that because she has so many puppies inside and they were all different positions, if all the puppies were, positioned right, she still would have been able to give birth naturally.
But she just ended up, that puppy got twisted around and, it got stuck in the birth canal. So she popped out 2 or 1. She popped out 1 or 2.
The 2 Merle, the chocolate.
The 2 Merle was, and no issue. We thought everything was going good. When one got stuck, it was bad. So we rushed to the Milwaukee, and as we was going, she popped out 1 here, and we rushed to the Milwaukee. And as we got halfway to Milwaukee, she popped out another one.
Yeah.
And we stopped while we was in Milwaukee, like a couple of feet away from the vet. Yeah. And we like, okay, it's good, whatever. And then we called them, and they were like, oh, well, she's still having puppies. You don't have to come in, whatever. I'm like, oh, y'all ladies, y'all want to help us. So whatever, we end up just trying to be on the way back home. We started having issues again. So we turned around again and came back towards Milwaukee because we stay in Sheboygan. So it's like an hour away. But we was out there, we was doing it. And we get to Blue Pearl Harbor, whatever, I forgot.
No. Just Blue Pearl.
Blue Pearl. Yeah. Okay, so we get to Blue Pearl Veterinary Clinic, and they took our dog we was in this room for a while trying to see if she was going to push. We was telling them that she wasn't going to push, so they took her to the back and got her an x-ray.
Yeah.
When she got her x-ray did, they saw that the puppy was twisted. They showed us how the puppy was twisted or whatever, and they said the only how they can get the puppy out is they break the puppy head off. So basically, they took the puppy head off, and then the next puppy that was behind her came straight out. But those 2 puppies, they passed. And they said we had 3 more heartbeats that were still, going. So we had 3 more puppies that were still alive enough. They was like, okay, we can either cut them out or go ahead and do the C-section, or we try to let her push the rest of them out. We were thinking she was good because she had 2 successful puppies already, so it was like
3 actually.
3 at this time.
Yeah, she had the black boy also. Remember the male?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she had 3 this time, and we just tried to let her go ahead and push the rest of the 2 out or whatever. So after a while, I think she ended up having 1 more or something like that.
No, she didn't go. We left the vet and
Oh
we
yeah,
came
we
back
left
home.
because it
Yeah,
was
we were
like
sitting there
6
for
in the
like
morning.
3 hours.
Yeah,
She
it
didn't
was
push.
like yeah.
So we were on our way home, and she started to go into labor again. And before we could allow her to just push naturally, we took her to a vet in Sheboygan that was open at this time now, because it was
the vet that we previously talked to, that was our plan B.
Yeah.
Already, so
because it was 7 in the morning at this time. We had already been in labor for about 10, 11 hours.
Yep.
And then we took her to the vet, and she had a successful C-section, and the rest of the puppies were good. They are actually in amazing homes right now.
Yeah.
But Stormy is now retired.
Yep.
Because we couldn't do that again. So that's also a heads up. We feel like if puppies can't give birth naturally.
Yeah, if your mom dog can't give birth naturally.
I mean, I said puppies, my bad. Yeah. If mom can't give birth naturally.
If mom can't give birth naturally, I feel like it's just, it's going to be a lot of complications. And I mean, I know people say, like, they try to make C-sections a normal, but C-section is dogs normally don't have C-section. Like in the wild, it's not no doctor dog cutting them open and nothing like this. So it's, they have puppies naturally.
Yes.
And I just feel like if they can't have puppies naturally, they shouldn't be having puppies. Even though different breeds like bullies, having puppy naturally. I mean, puppy C-section, cut open or whatever. I mean, no knockoff whatever they doing, but for my particular breed, if they can't tie naturally, or they not having puppies naturally, they probably shouldn't be having puppies.
Yes, and again, we do Old English Bulldogs for everyone to know. And we actually do know people who have had Frenchies and bullies who have had their dogs naturally. So,
Yeah. And we done wept for 3 people, and they didn't have their puppies naturally. No issues at all.
Yes. And that's actually our next question. When it comes to dog whelping. Do you whelp others? Like, do you whelp for other... Sorry, my throat. Do you whelp for other people?
Yes, we have whelped before. It was kind of like family dealing, because I mean, we try to help out people that's also into the dog game. So we done whelp Frenchies, we done whelp bullies, and we done also got like bullies, like puppies, into different homes, found them new homes too also, because like some people, get into hardships, and they feel like the game is not how they think it's going to be, and they need that little extra help, and we just try to help people out, and we got some of their puppies into good homes.
Yes. Yeah. Anything you want to add?
I know you said something about mentorship or whatever, and we I'm not an expert, I'm not a professionalist. I've been doing my breed only for about 4 years, but we offer our help. We're good people, and we're here to help. And like, we've been through a couple of hicks and stuff like that, so we know a little bit about a little bit, so we are here to help. And if there's any questions, anything that you think, like, it's not a stupid question, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a stupid question. Like, it's just good to learn, basically. And every hardship is something new that you can learn. So
yes. To add on to that, like you said, we've had a few problems, before in our litters, or just in general, things that we didn't know. We had to call a vet, we had to ask people for help. So, it's never a bad idea to
get help.
Yeah, it's always get help when you need it, because these dogs should be taken very well care of.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want, you don't want to be, that person that that has a pup or a mom dog or even a male dog pass on you. So what we care about our dogs, I mean, we're breeders, but I guess we're fur parents first. and you know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yes, dang, I had something else to say. Oh yeah, better be safe than sorry.
Yeah,
Basically, you
better,
know.
oh yeah, better be safe than sorry. But this was a quick Q and A, and
Yes.
I'm Jeff, and this is Sam of
Hi.
Federal Bulldog Kennels.
And if you guys have any questions other topics that you would like for Jeff to touch on, or any questions that you may have for him,
or anything
feel free
to
to ask.
elaborate on, because
Yeah.
I mean I'm still new to the being in front of the camera thing or whatever,
Yeah.
so it'd be kind of hard for me to talk about everything at once. But you can write it in the comments below, or you can contact us on Federal Bulldog Kennels on TikTok, IG, Twitter, Facebook, on everything. So
and you can check out his website, and you can also ask questions on there. Some questions can be anonymous if you're scared, but like he said, no question is a stupid question.
Yeah, no question.
There's always help out there where we all should be in this together, helping each other because
exactly. So thanks for watching, and
thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe.